10th of January, Rabbi Levitt, Gemora.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are okay. So we got what we got so far. We'll go weiter. Now we're gonna
you basically have the echo again. And I'm curious of whether or not, somebody has, if everybody mutes and unmutes when they want to speak, maybe it's coming in from, the other computers that they're getting it because they're hearing your voice on that computer. Like it's echoing it back that way.
Is it okay now?
No.
Not good now either.
It's okay now, isn't
Now
it?
it's okay. Well, Roy's okay. I'll mute until I have to
Okay.
speak.
You hear an echo now?
No.
Okay. Okay, so we're up to Masif Rav Huna Bar Yehuda. And where can this be found? This is found one, two, three, four, 5 lines, 5 narrow lines from where the bottom of the narrow lines. 5 lines to the end of the narrow, above from the end of the narrow lines. So it's, in other words, it's a little below halfway down on the whole page. And the first word in the line is tikanta.
And on it's 103B2 on the right-hand side after the break. Got the Gemora challenges, the interpretation.
Okay, good. So Roy, would you like to begin?
The Gemara challenges the interpretation of this dispute between Rabbi Akiva and Rabbi Tarfon, and it applies to a case where the robbers swore falsely. But Masiv Rav Huna Bar Yehuda, Rav Huna Bar Yehuda challenged this interpretation following from the Baraisa, which was Omar Rabbi Shmuel Bar Eliezer, Rabbi Shimon Rav Eliezer, Rabbi Shimon ben Eliezer said, Lo nichlaku Rabbi Tarfon v'Rabbi Akiva al shelakach echad mahamasha v'ainu yardaya ma'id zeh mahen lakach. Rab Tarfon and Rabbi Akiva did not disagree over the case of one who bought an item from one of 5 people and does not know from which of them he bought it. Shemaneach Damei Makach Neham Umasatelek. For regarding that case, all agree that he places the purchase money between them and withdraws. All right,
Right.
so we're talking about
Right,
that.
that's where he didn't steal anything.
No.
He bought something and he didn't pay for it yet. And so how does he pay? Five people claim that he bought it from them. So he just puts it down, puts the purchase price down in front of them, and then he's good to go.
Mhm.
Al nachliku. What is the case that they do argue about?
Okay, so what did they disagree? Shigazal Achad Maham Misha B'nai Adam V'eino Yodaya Ma'izeh Mehen Gazel. It is over the case of one who robbed one of five people and doesn't know which of them he robbed. Shirabi Tarfon Omer, for Rabbi Tarfon says, Maniach Ramei Damei Gazela B'neihem Umistalek. He places the value of the robbed object between them and withdraws. But Rabbi Akiva, but Rabbi Akiva says, Ein lo tekana ad sheyashalem gazela l'kol echad v'echad. Rabbi Akiva says he has no remedy for his sin until he pays the value of the robbed object to each and every one of the possible victims. The Isol the Atoch the Yoshta Teba. Now, if it should enter your mind that the dispute between Rabbi Tarfon and Rabbi Akiva pertains only to a case where the robber swore falsely, and the Brisa therefore deals with such a case. Ma li lakach ma li gozel. Was the difference whether he bought something from one or five people or he robbed something from one or five people? And the article continues with, even if he bought it, once he swore falsely regarding it, he has committed a sin for which he requires atonement, and Rabbi Akiva should state that he has no remedy until he pays each and every claimant.
Okay, let's see the Rashis. Rashi starts over here. Lo nechleku al shalokach.
Lo nechleku ad shalokach. They didn't argue on somebody on the purchase when he bought something. The cave in Deleka Isura, because that's not something that is forbidden. Robbery is forbidden. Buying something is not forbidden. Sagile, it's sufficient for him. Bahachi in this, the locative, because it's not written la asher have lo, that it's with that which is his. Ella rather the makom shechata the baye kapara, that in the place of shechting. I don't know what it is, or is that squeezing?
In a situation where he did a chait, such as where he did gezel, as opposed to, like you said, when he bought something.
In a place shechata, in a place where he sinned, the baye kapara, then he would need kapara. So purchasing, you don't need it's not a sin that he purchased something, but the gezel is a sin.
In order to make a proper hashava, so that's why he has to give back so Okay, so in other words, they're not arguing. So Rashi's explaining why they're arguing about the case of where he did a sin, but they're not arguing about the case about the case where he bought. Rabbi Akiva will also agree that he could put down the purchase price in front of them because you didn't do a sin in that case. So only where he did a sin, does he have to give it into the hand of the one in order to have his kapara. Then he needs kapara, says Rashi, because he did a sin. So then he has to give it into the hand of the one. It's not good enough to just put it down. So if so, then we go to the next step. So if so, says Rav, who says this? Rav Huna bar Yehuda. If so, then why if so, so what's the difference in the case where he swore falsely? What's the difference whether he bought it or whether he stole it? Let's see this next Rashi.
Mali Lokech. And what is this about the purchaser? V'chuay. Hare nishpa b'shaker. He made a shvua that was to lie on it. He swore falsely. Shvua sheker, and on a regarding to making a false shvua, it's written la'asher havilo. That what she has to do something with. That's one of that pasuk, the asher havilo. That he belong. That the asher havilo. That pasuk means to the one who it belongs, the one who it is. That pasuk still is there. Bain gezel bain. Whether it's something on theft or bain at shumat's yad, whether it's a purchase, like a hand purchase by something. The meheter atah liyadeh, that he permits it for him to his hand. So he's the answer there. He's saying it doesn't really matter because he still is owed the money, so to speak. And it really has to do with the kapara that he needs in that case is for swearing falsely.
Okay, so this is how I would understand what the question is over here. The question is like this. This Rav Huna bar Yehuda, he understands that the reason why you need to make sure you get it into the hand of the one that it belongs to is in the case where the other person did a sin. When he did a sin, so now he needs kapara, so now he's got to give it back in, make sure he returns it to the person that really that he does that. It's not enough to, in other words, to just put it down. That's not called that he gave it into the hand of the one that deserves it. So that's only going to work to put it down like that if he did no sin. Where did he do no sin? Where he bought something. In the case where he bought something, then there's no machlokes. You see, says Rav Huna, that in that case where he just bought it, even Rabbi Akiva will agree that we won't have to give it to each one of them just because they're claiming that he bought it from them and he owes them the money. And it's true, if he would not give the money to the one that he owes, it would be a sin, right? To not pay for something is a sin, of course. But Rashi says over here, it did not come into his hand in an impermissible fashion. You're allowed to buy something; it comes in your hand, so now you have to pay for it. Okay, so there's controversy. There's 5 people that say that you bought it from them. So even Rabbi Akiva will agree that you won't have to put down, you won't have to give to all 5 people. But where is it that you will have to give to each one according to Rebbe Akiva, where the person did a sin? And so there's 2 types, there's two sins over here. There's a sin of gezel, and there's a sin of swearing falsely. So in the sin of gezel, it came to his hands without permission. So for sure, in that case, says Rav Huna, he'd have to make sure that he gets it back to that person, even if he did not swear. And alternatively, even if he bought it, which came to his hands permissibly, but if he did a sin of swearing falsely in regard to having paid it already to the person that he owes it to, so that would be a sin. He would need kapara, and then in that case, if he would have to make sure that to give it to the one that it's owed to. So if there would be 5 people claiming he bought it from them, it sounds like he would have to give it to each one of them according to Rebbe Akiva. So the bottom line is that Rav Huna is saying, what's the difference whether he if the thing is that that we're talking about a case of the machlekes between Rebbe Akiva and Rebbe Tarfon in the case of the gezel is only where he swore. Only where he swore. That's what the Gemora said up until now. If you remember what we said yesterday, we said that Rebbe Akiva's case in the Mishnah Yevamos that he's got to give to each one is he stole, but he also swore falsely. That's where he's got to give it into the hand of each one. But Rav Huna is saying over here, even if he would just steal, even without swearing, what's the difference? If he's gonna swear, that would be a sin unto itself. He needs a kapara for that. So even if he mali lokach mali gozel. What's the difference to me how it got into his hands, whether it came into his hands permissibly or not? He's got to make kapara for the fact that he swore falsely. And Rashi says that you see from the case of Sesumas Yad, where it did come into his hands permissibly. Sesumas Yad, I believe, is he gave it to him as a pikadon. Gave it to him as pikadon, as a deposit, and then the guy denied getting it or tried to beg off from returning it for some reason. It was stolen, it was lost, whatever it was, and then they find it in his and he swears to it falsely. And in such a case like that, when he admits, so he's also going to have to make restitution into the hand of the person for the kapara. Okay. So now let's see what the Gemora answers over here. Louis, would you like to read? V'od masiv.
And unmute. Yeah.
Yes, Roy.
That's all right.
Where are we?
V'od masiv. Where is V'od masiv at this point?
We're at the top, near the top of the left-hand column, 103b3. The Gemara continues with another challenge.
V'od masiv Rava. Rather, Rava further challenged a maaseh b'chasid echad. There was an incident with a pious man. Shalakach mishnei b'nei adam. He took from 2 people. V'lo haya yodea me eze mehem lakach. And he doesn't know from which one he took. My English says bought.
Yeah, lakach means to buy.
To buy.
He
Okay.
didn't steal.
Uva lifnei Rebbe Tarfon, and he came before Rebbe Tarfon. Amar lo hanach demei mi kachacha be nehem v'his talek. He said to him, that is Rebbe Tarfon said, place the money for your purchase between them and withdraw. Ba livnei Rebbe Akiva, he came before Rebbe Akiva. Amar lo, Rebbe Akiva said to him, Ein lecha tikana ad shetishalem lechol echad ve'echad. There is not for you a remedy until you pay each and every one.
Wow.
Isal kedaisach de mishtaba. If it would occur to you that he swore, that the defendant swore, Chasid mi she yishetaba b'shik ra. Does a pious man ever swear falsely?
Yeah, he doesn't sound like such a pious man if he would have done that. So why would it be that the Gemora calls him a pious man?
Yeah.
So-
V'chi tema de mishtaba v'hadar have chasid. And if you will say that he swore falsely and then he became pious.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
V'ha kol heicha de amrinan maaseh b'chasid echad. Wherever we say, quote, there was an incident with a certain pious man, end quote. Oh, Rabbi Yehuda ben Bava, oh, Rabbi Yehuda be Rabbi Elazar, Eli, it refers to either Rabbi Yehuda ben Bava or Rabbi Yehuda, the son of Rabbi Eli. The Rabbi Yehuda ben Bava, the Rabbi Yehuda be Rabbi Eli, Chasidim b'ma'akara. That Rabbi Yehuda ben Bava and Rabbi Yehuda, the son of Rabbi Eli, were pious from the outset.
Right. In other words, if you call this person a chassid, that's the way he's introduced in the story. So both of these Tanoim say what that means is not that he became a chassid after some incident in the story. It means that he was always a chassid. He was a chassid from the word go. So in other words, we're dismissing that view that would say maybe he did swear falsely and then he did tshuva, he became a chassid after that. No, that's not that doesn't make any sense to explain our brisa. Okay, so therefore, what are we concluding over here? We're concluding that from this brisa, it's apparent that the machlokes between Rabbi Tarfon and Rabbi Kiva is not in a case necessarily that he was nishba the sheker, that he made a false oath. Even in a case where like the case of this chassid, that he didn't make it a false oath. He bought it. It came into his hands permissibly. Now there's some type of a discussion, uncertainty about who it is that he has to pay, and more than one person are claiming that he's got to pay them. So even in that case where the chassid did no wrong, he did no avera, he did no kapor, he didn't do any sin. It came to his hands permissibly. Nevertheless, Rabbi Kiva is telling the chassid, if you'll listen to me, you won't be clear of your obligation to pay for this what you bought unless you give the payment price to both of the people that are claiming that you bought it from them. So therefore you see. So therefore we would say that just like in our in our case, not in other words, not like not like it seems to be not like Rav Huna Bar Yehuda maintained. He maintained that the whole principle of having to pay to each hand is based upon the doing of a sin. But you see over here that that's not so from this case that Rava is bringing here from the chassid. Rabbi Kiva says even in that case he's got to give to each one. Okay. Okay. So therefore now the Gemora is gonna. Now we see the Gemora is gonna do an about face over here. Ella. The Gemora is. Oh, do we have a Rashi over here? We have a Rashi. We have no Rashi yet. No. We don't have a Rashi. Okay. Now we go to Alan. Alan, we'd like you to read now. Ella, la'olam.
Page. Ella.
Right down the bottom of the left-hand side, 103b3.
Oh, okay. The Gemara concedes and proposes another interpretation. Ella la'olam, Rabbi our phone, he, rather than Mishnah is actually in accordance with the opinion of Rabbi Tarfon, where the dispute between Rabbi Tarfon and Rabbi Akiva pertains specifically to a case in which Rabbi did not swear falsely. It's only in this case that Rabbi Tarfon leniently allows him to place the money before them and withdraw. Rabbi Orphon, Kechor, she but Rabbi Tarfon concedes that where the robber swore falsely, he must pay the value of the theft to each and every one of the claimants. Tamor. What is the reason for Rabbi Tarfon's opinion? The Imor La Ashur who lo yita no biyom ash moso. Prescription states, with respect to one who stole and swore falsely to the one to whom it belongs, shall he give it on the day he admits his guilt. The edict that he gave it to the one that it belongs obligates him specifically to deliver payment to the victim himself so that he may remedy his sin.
Okay.
Sent a fax. Did you receive fax?
We have a Rashi here now. Who'd like to read the Rashi?
Am I still reading Rashi's as well?
Okay.
It's Rabbi Tarfon. They're claiming it's Rabbi Tarfon. Our Mishnah, the Katani that's taught Nishba, that he swore. The Rabbi Akiva afil lo nishba nami. So this is because this case is talking about that he did the swearing, that he swore falsely. So if he didn't swear, that would be the case of Rabbi Akiva. Rabbi Akiva didn't care if he swore falsely or not. He would still have to pay everybody. So Rabbi
Right.
Tarfon have to pay him only in the swearing falsely case.
Right. So therefore, our Mishnah here in Bava Kama that talked about that he what did he do over there? He was gozel as chavero shavapruta v'nishbalo. So he did two sins over here in our Mishnah. He gazeled, and then he swore falsely that he wasn't the gazlan. And so now when he admits he has to make restitution, he's got to go yolchenu lacharav lamadai. Got to go to be able to put it into the hand of the one that he stole it from. So that we're saying now that goes according to Rebbe Tarfon. Why is it going to Rebbe Tarfon? Because the Gemora was medayek, that the Mishnah is talking that the reason why he's got to go to Madai to give them the gezel is not because he was a gazlan, but because he swore false, and that's the reason why he's got to go to that's why he's got to go to Madai. But if he wouldn't have sworn false, he doesn't have to go to Madai. And because and Rebbe Akiva, the Mishnah doesn't go like Rebbe Akiva, because we see that based upon what Rava just told us, demonstrated to us from the Maisa of the Chassid, that even where the Chassid did no wrong, he bought something which is perfectly permissible. He didn't swear to anybody that he doesn't owe them any money when he really does owe the money for the payment. And Rebbe Akiva told him, even in that case where you've done no wrong, but you have an obligation to give the money to the one that you're obligated to give it to, you got to give it to both guys, and so even though you didn't swear falsely, you got to give it to both guys, and so too the case. So that we see that's not like our Mishnah, Rabbi Akiva. So therefore, the Gemora is now reversing itself and saying, really, we think that the Mishnah here in Bava Kama with the Gazlan who swore false is going like Rebbe Tarfon. Now we got another. We have time for another Rashi? Not really. Okay. Very good. So we'll leave that Rashi for tomorrow, Ezrat Hashem. And we wish everybody a great day.
Thank you very much, Rabbi.
All the best.
See you, Phil.
Right.
See you,
Bye,
Lou.
Phil. Bye, Alan. Bye, Lou. Bye, Roy.
Lou, see you in class, right?
No, Alan, I'm coming late.
I know. See you in class.
Oh, Emir Hashem, I should be there late. Yes.
Yeah, okay.